Hey everyone, I apologize for the background sound. It's night and I don't want my voice to be too loud and I don't want to wake people up. So that's why I have a fan on the background. But yeah, so anyways, today I want to talk about the 9-3 curse and if it's actually real in CS:GO. Now, the 9-3 curse is basically in Valorant when you're up 9-3 at half, people tend to throw their 6-point lead and they lose the game. And in CS, there is something similar to the 9-3 curse, which is the 11-4 curse, which is something I think Zonic made up or something. But essentially, if you're up 11 to 4 at half, you might throw the game and you might lose. Now, with CS2 shifting to MR12, I've started thinking like, what if the 9-3 curse is real in CS2? So today we're gonna be doing a lot of like theory, seeing if it's actually real. So first we gotta kind of identify what makes the 9-3 curse, or how the 9-3 curse happens, or how it happens, or at least what should happen for the 9-3 curse to happen. Sorry, I talk really bad, but so in Valorant, why does it happen? So I've drawn out a couple of reasons. Uh, the biggest ones being one, people or players that troll. You know, they're up 9-3, they think they've won the game already, but they troll and they keep on losing rounds, and eventually they just lose the game. The game is really easy. Like, there's a low skill ceiling, guns are really easy to use, and abilities are pretty easy to use as opposed to other games like Overwatch or actually I don't play any other ability based games, but yeah, Overwatch. Those abilities are actually higher skill based, unlike Valorant where the utility is just you just gotta spam it and you kind of win the round. Um, and in Valorant, I don't think this one's really such a big one, but there are shorter rounds, and shorter rounds means that you have less time to do things. So that means people might be rushed, and they might not have enough time to decide on what to do. And finally, I believe that the maps are very imbalanced. They're very CT sided or they're very T sided. So, for example, in Fracture, I'm pretty sure that map is extremely CT sided, at least from when I used to play Valorant. And basically, if you were just down 3 to 9 at half and you were on T side switching to CT, you'd be fine because you're like, man, it's a super CT sided map. And for me, I've won a lot of maps when I was down 3 to 9. And also, one more thing, this applies to both CS2 and Valorant. MR12, I believe it's like a really, really short sample size or small sample size, which means that it will be easier for teams to win because you have to win less rounds to win a game, basically. So, I mean, I like MR16 more or 15 more, but I mean, of course, those are longer and people maybe just don't have a long attention span. But yeah, but now let's move on to CS2. Now we gotta ask ourselves: do people troll? Are the maps bad? Do professional players like troll a lot? Like, is it an easy game? So starting with players and how they might troll, I believe not because usually in the professional scene of CS:GO, they're a lot more like how do I say it? Like serious about their game and they're more serious about winning. Like, even if they're winning a lot, they just rather get it done. Like, because even if you give them an inch, like, the enemy might just take a mile and you just lose the game. So that's why throwing might not be that good in CS:GO. Like, as opposed to Valorant, some people when they're up a lot, they just start trolling, and that's how they lose the map eventually, especially in professional play with the NA teams. But yeah, and alright, so is the game easier? Well, it's half easier, it's half not easy. Because my reasoning is that in CS2, guns feel more precise, and that means they're easy to use. And that means first bullet accuracy or something is less prevalent in CS2, and it doesn't matter as much because they're a lot more accurate. But you can also argue that the fact that it's easier to use makes it harder to like surpass everyone because everybody's also good, which you can also say that in Valorant. But I mean, Valorant, I just don't like it that much, even though I've played it for a while. But I just don't think it's a good esport. But yeah, um, for let's see. Oh yeah, okay. In CS2 as well, they have longer rounds, which means that you have more time to decide on what to do, and things will play out more evenly, if that makes sense. And I believe, at least in CS1, the maps are a lot more balanced. And basically, I mean, I know a lot of the maps have been like redone on CS2, so I'm pretty sure as soon as like actual professional play starts up on CS2, like a major or a big tournament, the maps will be really like balanced a lot faster. Whereas Valorant, they just change a map like once every act or so maybe, or like episode. It's a lot more infrequent, if that makes sense, than in CS:GO. Because I feel like CS:GO, it got to where it was by criticism. We just had to keep on criticizing the game in order to like get what we wanted, the perfect game or the perfect esport, for me at least. Um, yeah, and I guess that's all. So in conclusion, or in theory, CS:GO, CS2, the 9-3 curse should not be real, because the game is generally harder, or just totally is harder than Valorant, and I believe players are more serious about their game. Now, of course, this is in theory. Now, I mean, of course, we'll know if the 9-3 curse will actually be like a real thing when the game actually releases and pro play gets started. But yeah, for now, I only have theory, and theory can only take you so far. And I'm an Oppenheimer fan, alright. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.